Dawn, a kitchen somewhere in the northeastern United States. A light flashes, a pump stirs, and a sleek, modern dual boiler espresso machine surges to life, simultaneously heating both brew and steam boilers using the fast heat up feature. It's ready to deliver espressos, lattes, or Americanos in mere minutes. Hey, espresso lovers, Mark here from Whole Latte Love, and I'm excited to introduce you to the Profitec RIDE, an update to Profitec's ever popular Pro 600. The RIDE here adds a bunch of desirable features like automatic wake up and shut off by time of day, programmable active and passive pre-infusion, super fast heat up, plain language display for ease of use, and upgrade options like custom wood components, flow control, and more. Coming up, a complete review of the Profitec RIDE. I'll walk you through the programming options, share results from our performance testing, pop the hood for a look at the internals, and run down the included accessories as well as some recommended upgrades. Ultimately, you're going to learn if this ride is one you want to go on. Before we get into it, why not take a moment and subscribe to our channel and enable those notifications. It's the best way to make sure you don't miss a drop of the good stuff, from reviews like this to helpful how-to videos, live streams, and more. If you've seen an E61 Group dual boiler before, you'll be relatively familiar with the layout of the RIDE. Its aesthetic is one I appreciate more than your standard shiny chrome box. The black housing, coupled with the brushed stainless steel front panel, is a more contemporary style look. I've cleaned thousands of shiny boxes over the last 15 years, so I appreciate how it does not show fingerprints like polished steel does, and you will too. Up top, a generous cup warming surface. Lift that off for access to the large 2.8-liter water reservoir. Joystick valves control steam and hot water functions, dispensing through no-burn wands. A nice tactile backlit power button sits just to the left of the OLED display that gives you full control over the machine's programming. More on that in a minute. And just above the drip tray, oversized gauges for brew and steam pressure. Like Profitec's Move, the RIDE uses a new angled modular portafilter with a silicone insert to easily transition between spouted and bottomless configurations. The RIDE does include both a single and double spout for customization based on your preference. The drip tray is fairly large, offering plenty of workspace for scales and cups, and it slides out easily. No tilting necessary. Behind the drip tray is the externally adjustable OPV. To adjust brew pressure, place the included backflush disc into the portafilter, lock it into the group pad, and raise the brew lever. You'll see the current set pressure on the brew pressure gauge. To raise it, use a flathead screwdriver to rotate the OPV screw clockwise. To lower, turn it counterclockwise. Now, the RIDE here does something pretty cool that the Pro 600 never could. It heats its 0.75-liter stainless steel brew boiler and 1-liter stainless steel steam boiler at the same time. The RIDE is ready to steam much faster than other similar machines, which only heat one boiler at a time and tend to prioritize the brew boiler. This is going to improve temperature consistency when brewing and steaming simultaneously. PID controls both boilers for very accurate and stable temperatures. By default, the OLED display shows the current brew boiler temperature in large font on the top and the current steam boiler temperature in smaller font at the bottom. To access the settings menus, press and hold both buttons for a few seconds. From there, the down arrow scrolls you through the various menu options, and the up arrow selects a menu. Within a menu, the arrow buttons adjust settings. To lock in a new setting, just wait a couple of seconds and it's confirmed, and then you're going to be returned to the previous menu. In the menu, you can set brew temperature, toggle the steam boiler on and off, set the steam temperature, toggle and adjust automatic pre-infusion settings, turn eco mode on or off, adjust the cleaning and reset reminder schedules, and toggle the advanced user settings, including filter reminder, timer enable, clock set, schedule set, temperature unit, coffee offset correction, and fast heating. Brew and steam temperatures are set in 1 degree Fahrenheit increments. The brew temperature range is 185 to 210 Fahrenheit. However, the generally accepted espresso range is 195 to 205. The steam temperature range is 239 to 274. The higher the temperature in the steam boiler, the higher the pressure. You're going to get about 0.75 bar set at 239 and 2¼ bar at 274. Automated pre-infusion is a useful feature that prevents channeling and helps you get the most out of higher-end specialty coffees. With pre-infusion, you set an active wetting period and a passive soak time in seconds. During active pre-infusion, the pump runs to gently wet and saturate your coffee puck. The passive soak time allows coffee to bloom and off-gas before re-engaging the pump to begin extraction. It's a technique that can do things like reduce acidity in freshly roasted coffees. Eco mode automatically shuts the machine off after a period of inactivity, anywhere from 30 to 600 minutes in 30-minute increments. 90 minutes is the default setting. Maintenance reminders you can adjust include cleaning, aka backflush. It's going to tell the ride how many brew cycles to run before alerting you to backflush. Disabled by default, set it anywhere from 10 to 200 shots in increments of 10. If filtering water, you can set the machine to remind you when it's time to replace the water filter after a certain amount of estimated water use, anywhere from 5 to 200 liters in increments of 5. By default, this setting is disabled. Reset maintenance counters using the Reset Reminder menu. With the timer enabled and the clock set, you can program a schedule to turn the ride on and off automatically at 2 specified times for each day of the week. You can choose to display temperatures in Fahrenheit or Celsius. The coffee offset correction adjusts the internal calculus the ride uses to compensate for heat loss between the boiler and the group head. Finally, you can turn the fast heating function on or off when the machine is ready to brew and steam in under 14 minutes. It works by superheating the brew boiler while simultaneously heating the steam boiler. The display will alert you to perform a cooling flush before you begin brewing. In test results, I'll look at how long after power on the machine is ready to brew and steam. I'll have detailed results of our unique real-world brew temperature testing measured within the coffee puck during actual extractions, plus see how the ride performs in our standard milk frothing test. I'll measure water added during frothing to find out how dry the steam is and test how long it takes the boiler to recover after steaming. So that fast heating function, the ride heats both boilers simultaneously. That's fairly unique. On power up, most prosumer level machines heat the brew boiler first and then heat the steam boiler. With fast heat on, the steam boiler hits the max temperature of 274 Fahrenheit, producing about 2.2 bar pressure in 8 minutes 15 seconds. Fast heating overheats the brew boiler initially to speed up warming of the group head. At 11 minutes 30 seconds after power on, the display gave a flush message to remove the overheated water. A little less than 2 minutes after the flush, the ride stabilized and was fully ready to brew and steam at about 13 to 14 minutes after power on. Much faster than the 25 minutes typical for similar E61 group machines without fast heating functions. To test brew temperature accuracy, I did a series of 10 extractions at 3-minute intervals using a K-type temp probe mounted in the filter basket with a brew temp set to 200 Fahrenheit. With this setup, I'm measuring actual temperatures within a coffee puck during a real extraction. I targeted a 1:2 brew ratio using 17 grams in and 34 grams of espresso out. Temp data was logged at 1-second intervals for 30 seconds. Here are those results showing the average in-puck temperatures over 30 seconds for the 10 extractions. As you can see, the first 4 are nearly perfect, frankly impressive, and I should note that no pre-extraction flushes were used during testing. From there, temps rose a bit as the extraction sped up a little until I fined up the grind a bit for the last one there, which came in at 200.75 degrees. Overall, in my experience, this is really exceptional performance for continuous extractions pulled at 3-minute intervals with absolutely no flushing. Forget about anything near that kind of performance on machines with heat exchange or single boilers. That, my friends, is the consistent beauty of a finely tuned dual boiler machine. I measured steaming performance using our standard test based on the SCA method, timing how long it takes to froth 5 ounces of fridge temp milk to 140 Fahrenheit, which is 60 Celsius. I did the test 3 times and also measured how much water by weight was added during steaming. The average time for steaming across the 3 tests was very consistent at a little over 23 seconds, and water added by weight was about 14.5 grams. That's a hair over 10%. Both of those are excellent results, with steaming times just a few seconds longer than some of the best performing prosumer level machines. And water added of around 10% is as good or better than other top performers. The RIDE steam is powerful and dry. And you get loads of steam with quick recovery. Max temp in the RIDE's boiler is 274, which gets you about 2.2 bar pressure. Its predecessor, the Pro 600, it maxed out at 270 and 2 bar. And recovery is quick. I let the steam run for 1 minute and pressure only dropped to about 1.7 bar. Following that, the boiler was back up to full pressure in just 26 seconds. Since both boilers heat simultaneously, you're going to have no problem banging out multiple milk drinks back to back as fast as you can prep for the next one. All right, you got Todd with me. Todd, we're going to take an internal tour of the RIDE. First of all, I want to say, I took the cover off. Super easy to get off. I love the hardware in this machine. You don't find this kind of hardware in all machines, but it's just remove 2 screws, loosen up 8, boom, cover right off, and you're inside. Take us on our tour.
And once you get inside, it's really easy to work on if you ever have to. But there's some updates to this machine that I haven't seen on the other ones that I'm actually pretty excited about.
Yeah.
Because I get excited about these kinds of things. So this is the water inlet to the pump. This is standard. They got a little filter there. But on the outlet, they've added on a vibration and noise insulator. So this makes it a lot quieter.
Yeah, very quiet. Yeah. Very quiet vibration pump machine.
So the really nice addition. Another addition they put on, which I just saw, this is the first time I've seen it, is if you want to check the power going to the control board, you can put your test leads from your voltmeter right in here. So if the machine's not working, you want to check for power, you can very easily. That's pretty brilliant. Over here is a drain for your brew boiler. If you want to drain all the water out of the brew boiler.
Now, no drain on the steam boiler because it's really easy. Just heat the machine up, open the hot water tap, boom, drain it right out.
Blast it right out, yep. Now, this is just kind of a standard looking valve tree for Profitec, but it's awesome because everything is really easily accessible. You can take off a few nuts and pull this whole thing out to service it. It's like if you wanted to get into one of these check valves or you want to get at the solenoid valve, very easy to do. And if you don't want to service it yourself, you can send in us and we could service it for you.
As you're spinning around, I just want to mention the one-piece frame. We like that, right?
I always like that because they survive shipping a lot better than frames that aren't like this.
Sure.
Up on top, another new addition. You see these white caps here that goes on to the pressure relief valve, and that's the other one's the vacuum relief valve. Over here you have your 2 temperature sensors. You get hooked up to your PID, control the temperature of the boiler. And then your standard high limits for both boilers, just like they have on pretty much all the other machines.
All resettable, yeah.
Yep, stainless steel boilers stuff with insulation. This tube leads to your steam, and this one down there leads to your hot water.
And the small capillary tubes here, they go to their gauges. You got one going for steam and one for brew.
Sure. Yeah, it's laid out so nice, it looks basic.
Yeah.
But it works so well.
Yeah, I mean, we really like the design of the Profitec machines. A lot of machines, you open them up, they're not just clean and neat inside. And Profitec, all about that serviceability, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Again.
All right, Todd, thanks so much for taking us through the RIDE.
Happy to.
In the box with a Profitec RIDE, you'll get the modular bottomless portafilter with single and double spouted silicone inserts. Single shot 7 gram, double shot 14 gram, and triple shot 21 gram filter baskets, a back flush disc, steel tamper, and a cleaning brush. To go a step beyond the programmable pre-infusion, the RIDE's E61 group can be equipped with flow control and or a press sensor, which connects to an app to track and record pressure and flow rates during extractions. You can check out my video with the details on that. A variety of custom wood components handmade by Vitamin in Germany will dress things up and make this ride your very own. Of course, you're going to need a grinder to go along for this particular ride, and Profitec's very own single dosing Twist 54 SD is a fantastic option and the grinder I used in all of my testing. It features super precise grind size adjustment and is aesthetically aligned with the same black housing and power button as the ride. I love the included tamper leveler too. This thing is heavy with a capital H, and it doubles as a dosing cup riser to help keep your counter clean. Oh, and it does come in a hopper-fed version if that's your preference. You know, in many ways, the Profitec RIDE is the baseline for what we've come to expect out of our high-end prosumer-grade dual-boiler espresso machines. It allows for precise adjustments to everything from brew temperature to pre-infusion timing and executes those selections with extraordinary consistency. It's meant to allow discerning espresso drinkers to execute extractions of specialty coffees consistently and be able to adjust extraction settings to optimize for brewing with coffees of various origins, processing methods, and roast profiles. But the RIDE, it also delivers lifestyle features like the capacity to rapid fire multiple milk drinks, automatic power on and off scheduling, and helpful cleaning reminders that make owning and using it on a daily basis accessible for even novice home baristas. And you get the premium build quality and reliability the Profitec brand is well known for. So whether you're looking for a machine that can help you coax nuanced flavors out of your favorite specialty grade coffees, or a reliable daily driver to power out multiple morning lattes, I'd say it's well worth your time to take this Profitec for a ride. Now, if you have any questions on the ride here, use those comments and I'd be happy to get you a detailed answer. Once again, I'm Mark. Thanks so much for joining me. And if you enjoyed this video or any of our other coffee content, why not hit that subscribe button and enable your notifications? It's the best way to know whenever we drop a new video or live stream. Thanks again, and we'll see you back here soon for more of the best on everything coffee, brought to you by Whole Latte Love.